ate that.
Yeah,
turn the shit
nigga
up.
chunky look like money cookies and cologne. I done grown up, got my dog, came a long way on my own. I ain't had no handout, I ain't need it, I ain't asking, now that shit is man down. You could get it, that's a casket, I don't pay the gram, I get paid for grams. You a worker, bring that paper in, be the paper man, keep a burner,
It's the cream of the crop.
I got green, I got drops.
I only the once, but she fiendin' a lot. The return to Machiavelli. Hey y'all.
What's up? What's up?
Don't we sound so sensational today? Sensational is my word of 2022 because I
love
just
it.
want everything to be sensational as it should be. But welcome back, y'all. This is 2 Cents Later, and I'm Brittany.
And I'm Zuleyma.
And I'm just so excited. Today was a day because we're not recording at normal time, but we still got it done. And I'm just so happy that we were able to. How you feeling now?
I'm feeling a little better. I was going to add this to my 2 cents topic to give some people advice of what not to do, but
I think you should. I actually was thinking about that, like
I
on my
freaking
way
will,
driving
because,
here. I was
yo.
like, because, you know, that's something that I think people may think like, oh, like that is something that you can have and just like be fine with. But there's plenty
Moderation.
everything in moderation. Absolutely everything in moderation. But y'all hear how crystal clear we coming on this machine?
Give us a round of
Give us a
applause.
Give us a round of applause. We sound the fuck good. Give us some air horns. We doing all of that. We doing all of that. We getting all of that, baby. Yeah, baby. Shout out to Big Papa for the machine. Thank you, Big Papa. I love you.
It's so cute.
Oh, yes. I honestly, after we did that Reason interview, like I literally could not get this machine off my mind.
I'm so glad that we did though, because I don't think we would have ever, I mean, I'm sure eventually would have picked up on it, but to like actually use it,
it was like, okay, hold on, let me put you on to what you actually really need at this moment, because just honestly, I just feel like as like this has been going on, I'm surprised. Like I always say, I'm always surprised as how well we're doing and how well it's being received. Like I was actually talking to Sully today, and she was saying how a girl we went to high school with was basically like talking to her about our podcast and was just like, I just love watching. She's like, did you see the episode when I was like, oh, you like this? This makes me feel so good.
You're
like
listening to me?
Like by the episodes, like, oh, do you remember that episode? You get what I'm saying? And she's just like, they're just so cute. They're so funny. They're so this. And we get that a lot. So I'm just like glad that people are enjoying it.
I'm
like,
glad that people remember episodes, because I can barely keep up when I said what.
I literally said that to her. I said, Sully, like, honestly, after we record, like, Kashif will be like, what did you guys talking about? I'm like, I really don't know. And it's not like that you're trying to like hide what we were actually saying. It's just more like it's in the moment, and we're literally just rambling at the speed of light. You know what I mean? So it was just so dope. And shout out to Crystal, who's been listening and supporting us. Yes. I truly appreciate that, because like, I don't know, it's so dope. Like high school so long ago. So to see the people who are like still fucking with you or supporting what you're doing and just like seeing you just become who you are, you know, I think that shit is like super dope, you know?
We love it.
So other than that, what else did I want to talk about? I just have been so happy, like being in the supermarkets and like the stores and like just being out and about and seeing people's faces. I'm not gonna lie, but some people's faces, I was like, "That what you need to have a mask." That's what it was more like. That's what you look like underneath there. Like I ain't know that. Like, oh, your mouth don't match your eyes. Like, I don't think your mouth matches your eyes.
I went to the grocery store yesterday, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot my mask. But then I'm seeing people walking in and out. I'm like, wait, nobody's wearing a mask. And now I'm just like,
you didn't know it was up in LA, right?
No,
that's what I was gonna text you, but I'm like, she probably knows.
No,
I went into Walmart and I was like, what the fuck is going on in the
It's like now you feel stupid for wearing a mask.
No, I never was wearing them, Zuli. I literally would walk into the supermarket, put it on to get into where I need to get in, and then put it off. Like, first of all, let me tell you something. I smoke a lot of marijuana. You get what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, whether I'm just like vaping off of my pen, you're not going to just finish vaping and then put this like muzzle on me after. Like I had a mask, I lost it. It literally said, this is a weed cough, like relax. You get what I'm saying? Because I can't breathe, literally cannot breathe. Sorry, not doing it. And it's especially just dumb and it's unsanitary. It's just so gross.
It's really gross. I'm so glad that it's gone.
Yeah, I'm so
happy. Along with Wherever the virus went, it's also gone. Just let's put that out there.
Yeah, like I said, between
Kamala
and this virus, don't nobody know where they fuck at. I always say Kamala's still recovering from her BBL.
Yeah,
like it's the longest recovery ever. Maybe she went left. Who knows?
And Joey's still sleeping.
I don't know,
Sleepy
but
Joe.
we're gonna do more round of applause because I like playing with this. Shout out to the Mandates being up and seeing everybody's beautiful faces. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I think that, you know, it's just like I said. Didn't I say we're gonna snap our fingers and then shit was just gonna like go back to what it was like?
But then I saw that someplace in like China or something, they have a new Omarion outbreak and everyone's locked down again out there.
Listen,
I don't know what part of China, but
like Beyonce said, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that shit. I'm so sorry. I'm so over it. It's done. Give it up. Give it up. And it was funny because somebody in the comments on YouTube was like, oh, the biohazard bins, like that's absolutely brilliant. Like that should have been a thing. Like this shit was absolutely completely unsanitary. There's more masks in the ocean than there are jellyfish, and it's just absolutely absurd. So
it's gross.
Peace out, mask. We're absolutely so happy to see you go. I ain't complaining one single bit. Like not a single bit.
Not crying about it.
But speaking of things that people have been complaining about, it's these gas prices, y'all. Girl. And I just have this feeling like my thing is this. I just think it's mad funny how we're paying for something that don't got shit to do with us, because this is all about the fact of like basically Russia, like shutting off Russia from us buying their oil. Like, mind you, so I went and like looked up like how much of the U.S.'s oil, the oil in the United States comes from Russia, and it's like 8%, right? Which I think is like a really small, that's small. Minuscule, right? Yeah. So I just feel like between like what's happening in the grocery stores and like with gas prices and stuff, like y'all, they're preparing you for some type of like Great Depression, like or recession. You get what I'm saying? Like there's gonna be some type of financial impact just all around within. I feel like until we get another president, I feel like this is gonna last. Like the gas prices, the high prices in the grocery stores and all this stuff like that. Yeah. I feel like that's gonna last for a very long time. And I also think that this is them pushing us, because I feel like they said something about in 2030 they want all the cars out here to be electric. So I think that this is their way of pushing towards that agenda of getting everybody to start purchasing hybrid and electric cars. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at it
because I always wanted a Tessie, and I said that I'm gonna get a sticker that says that's my bestie in a Tessie.
Yeah. Is that my bestie in a Tessie?
Is that my bestie in a Tessie? Yeah. So every time somebody pulls
my
up in
bestie
my car,
wants
you
a
gotta
Tessie
say
so
that.
bad because she wants a Tesla so bad. So I know you know him. Once he say he's gonna put his mind that he wants something, he's gonna
especially
just wake up
now.
Day.
You got like now the gas prices. Like now you better do it now.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Did you see Ocho Cinco had posted like
that
his little tiny ass Matchbox car that he only paid $16 to fill the tank up for, and he said it lasts him like, what did he say, like 2 weeks, or 2 months or something like that. Yeah, something crazy. So I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at us going towards electrical cars as long as they fly and they're not just little like tiny beanie bopper cars, like, you know what I mean? Because you know I have such a Napoleon complex with certain things. I want a big boy, like I like big cars. Yeah, I love big boy toys, you know. So. Yeah. What's your 2 cents for the week, Zuli? I know you're a little.
Yeah, I was gonna give people advice about my situation from yesterday.
Oh yeah, Zuli texted me at 0:00, literally when I laid my head down to like go to sleep, because I was like, this clock is gonna change, because you know the whole daylight savings thing is gonna change, and
I was so caught up I even forgot about that. Anyway, what happened was that I was stacking my content yesterday when I was filming, and a company two companies had sent me
free
fruits, and I needed to eat. Fruit goes ripe very quickly, so I needed to stack my content and needed to eat the fruit, not realizing that a lot of the fruit that I was eating had seeds that were like edible, and I was just in my element. I was eating all the seeds, and seeds have a lot of fiber, and when you have an overload of fiber, your stomach acts freaking crazy. So basically I had the sharpest pains of the sharpest pains. It felt like my insides were like,
oh my God.
It was not good. So what I'm going to tell you is Fruit Life, everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation. Absolutely. Even
Make
fruit.
sure you Google how many seeds you can actually intake.
She was trying
before
to
you
become
go
a watermelon,
in.
a pumpkin, y'all.
Girl, it was watermelon. It was cacao. So I tried this new fruit called, I was actually supposed to post it today, but I didn't even have the energy to freaking edit or anything.
I don't blame you. Sometimes your body just needs to sit the fuck down.
And I'm also like, it's that time of month too. Yeah. So it was like a combination of two things. But it's called ice cream bean soup with soup. Ice cream bean fruit.
Okay.
And it looks like a green bean. Like it's long.
Okay.
And it looks like a cotton ball. It was my first time ever trying that fruit. So it could have very well been that as well. Right. Or it could have been just the amount of seeds that I ate. But my 2 cents is everything in moderation and use your Googles. Because I don't even want to drink my little juice that I have here because I feel like I'm going to like puke it.
She's scared of fruit.
Not
Zuli
apple?
being afraid of
No, not an apple.
Zuli being afraid of fruit. What the hell is going on?
Not an apple. Not me eating a whole cacao fruit.
You know. Like. Yo, you walled out. Not you overdosing on fruit.
Oh my gosh. But you know, have you ever watched Naked and Afraid?
No.
Okay. So sometimes they do that.
What?
Like they'll either overdo a certain fruit because that's all that's available.
Right.
Or they'll eat something that isn't ripe, which is also important too. Yeah. You need to eat it at its ripest or it could really fuck you up.
Right.
It could really fuck you up.
I've had like I remember, I forgot what restaurant I was in. And they were like, oh, we have plantain, but it's not ripe. So what am I going to do with this?
You can't serve that.
I'm sorry. My stomach is going to be in knots for fucking days. Yeah, that's so I'm glad you're feeling better though. And me too. We're able to get this done today.
She says I don't look dead, so
you don't. People. You don't trust and believe.
I'm trying to get my energy back up.
You look like you got some sleep. You know, like that rest you need. Mm-hmm. I feel like you look like that.
Okay.
So
I'm with it. I'd rather look like that than I look like tired. So
yeah, like you just was sweating your sweating every fruit out your body.
We here.
So let's get into our topics for the week, y'all. I want to start with our girl, Miss Nicki.
I already see you creep into the buttons. What
do I have? Hold on, let me hear it first. Let me see. Oh no, that's something else. That's something for later.
We're just kidding.
Just kidding. I took it off. But how did you feel about the interview? I really felt like it was like a real different light to see Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, for sure. I would agree with that. I don't know what I thought when I was listening. When I was like went into it, I thought it was just gonna be like just her talking about her music, which she did, but not like that wasn't the focal point. Yeah, that wasn't it. And I just appreciated her and her transparency.
She was extremely transparent.
She was really transparent, and just really saying things that I would have never really thought a person like that would admit to. Like
what?
Like her saying the reason why she got her body done was because of what Wayne and them were rapping in their songs and their muses and things like that, and she started to feel a little insecure.
Right.
I would have never.
I think, like we said, I think anybody who got their butt done is because there's a certain insecurity about it. But I think a good point that she made, and this is something that I've personally dealt with, is people will say things like that, like make fun of like you being smaller or more petite, or call you little or small, or you're small, you're tiny, you're this and a third, and it's just like, or almost normalize them being like overweight and penalize you for being smaller kind of thing. Like, oh no, yeah, like you're just tiny, like you're just small. Or no, maybe is it right if I say, well, no, you just big? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like that shit would be rude. And I think that people see a certain confidence that you may have in yourself, or like the fact that you could still pull niggas, that you could still like that shit that is not really phasing you on a day to day from like any kind of like relationships or like social aspect. but that can be an insecurity that you have, especially as somebody in our culture. You get what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
When certain body types are being more highlighted, especially at the time when she came in the game. You get what I'm saying? This is not like when Aaliyah was around and like when like everybody was fawning over like the Jada Pinkett's and the Nia Longs and stuff like that. This is a time where they were bringing in the big booty hoes in the music videos. You get what I'm saying? So especially the Southern rappers, you know, when the South really became prominent in rap, all the stuff like the stripper culture, the big booties and all that stuff like that, apple bottoms and shit like that, that really came from a lot of Southern rap, like Lil Wayne. You get what I'm saying? Nelly's and shit like that, Luda and stuff like that. They were really promoting that image. So I can see how she can be extremely insecure in that time frame, despite however you may portray yourself or however you may feel about whatever you are given.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
No, I agree. I also like that she highlighted how, which we always talk about, just like how our people we just tear each other down.
Yeah, we don't like to give each other credit for anything, and we don't like for instance, right? I feel like there's certain things like for you, for instance, I feel like we both have certain things that we truly promote on our pages and on the internet. And it's just kind of like, it's like I do this so you can be inspired, but don't act like I'm not inspiring you. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like a lot of people are like, bitch, you ain't the first one to do this, and bitch, you ain't the first one to do that. You ain't the first one to do that. But at the same time, I'm the one that put that on your radar. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and I just feel like we just do too much of just trying to be like, that bitch ain't shit, you know? Like,
and it's always a female of color or a male of color, and that usually, like, I don't really entertain that. But when I see that when it's a female for sure, I'm gonna highlight it because I'm just like, girl, whose side are you on? And like, why are you making it apparent that you're that insecure that my presence bothers you?
right.
Like, what? Like, to me, it's just like, whose side are you on? Like, what
Like,
are we doing here?
I just always just think like at the end of the day, like for instance, when I was like getting back, like I've always been adamant about after having a baby, I'm gonna get myself back together. And then you'll have like women be like, well, women shouldn't be putting that pressure on. Like, it's not about. It's like you're trying to downplay what I'm doing. Like, oh, that's not that this isn't important, and that's not okay. It may not be important for you, but it is important for me, and it is important for somebody else out there.
For sure.
There are certain women that don't want to lose themselves in a baby. They don't want to lose themselves in a marriage. They don't want to just become consumed with just that. So I think like just trying to like shut someone's message down is just kind of whack to me. You know what I'm saying?
It is, especially if it's like you just try to do good for yourself.
And when I always say, like Cardi said, not from, she said, you gonna do what to who, bitch, not from the couch. And I'm just like, I always take the concept of you saying what, not from the couch. Like, you can't be talking shit about what I'm doing, sitting on your ass with doing absolutely fucking
Eating
nothing.
a cookie.
You get what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Eating
like,
a pint of ice cream.
I don't pay that shit no mind. You know what I mean? And I just wish, like I said, like we were talking about last episode, you should don't worry about how I feel about me. You should feel the same level of fucking like confidence in yourself about you. You get what I'm saying? Like, that shouldn't be a thing where it's phasing you that much, you know?
And it's not like we're putting stuff out there to
shit on other bitches.
To shit on other people and make you feel uncomfortable. Like, what we put out there is to motivate other people. You know, it's not in a sense like, oh, this is like you said, like shitting on them.
Yeah,
like, oh,
no.
I'm a mom of 3 and here I am skating. Like, no, it's like,
No,
here,
right,
I'm a
no.
mom of 3. You could do it too.
I don't. You will never catch me. But like, a bitch just could never.
Yeah.
That's never my energy. It's like it's more like, yo, like, find something about you that makes you happy, that makes you feel like, you know what, at the end of the day, like, this is my me. This is still how I'm me. Like, what makes you you? And I thought that was something else in the interview that was very profound that she was talking about. It's just that, like, how people see things and like just like see certain trending things, and it's just like you become faceless when everything is just riding a wave. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's just like, what does that mean to your authenticity if all you're doing is just mimicking everything that pops up on your feed, you know?
That's how I feel. Like, I haven't been shopping in so long, but whenever I walk into the store, I'm just like, everything looks the same as the prior store. Different brand, but it just all looks the same. And
or like the fits that you see on Instagram.
Exactly. So I'm just like, this doesn't really inspire me.
Yeah, no, I'm so tired of seeing pleated skirts, honestly, right now. It's kind of like, I wanted one for like a skate video before, and then I was just like, damn, like this shit. Like, one thing about me, you see, I told you, I ain't going to catch me in another episode with bangs. Like, I was not that bangangs. Once I see everybody and their mama with the bangangs, I'm like, you know what, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I feel that.
Tap me out.
I feel that.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I think like her, another big point I thought was prominent was just like her saying like, once again, not even so much of like us giving each other credit, but like instead of giving Nicki credit, bitches will give Kim credit for anything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I thought it was like crazy how like Kanye's preaching about like how pretty much like black people are not being put in these positions, but you literally told this black woman you could not help her because of your white wife. You get what I'm saying? That shit was just so...
He would rather give the opportunity to his wife.
But you had ample opportunity, or that she would feel away. You had ample opportunity to do this. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I don't even know if she would have felt away.
I don't know. I low key think that...
I get it.
I low-key think that he didn't want something that, like, say if they were to do like a Nicki and Yeezy collaboration, I don't think he wanted Nicki's brand to outsell anything that he's done. Like the collaboration he's done with Nicki to outsell anything that he's done solo. You get what I'm saying? Like off of her likeness. I think that it's just kind of like more, could be a narcissist thing, you know? So... But I don't know. There is a lot of things, even with the Fendi prints and stuff like that. That is something she put on. Like now you see Skims with all the Fendi prints. Now all the girls are giving that to Kim. Like we were saying with the hairstyle, like she was the one who came down and was like, you know what, I'm wearing this long ass weave down to wherever. And who do we give that credit to? Kim.
Yeah.
The body shape. Who do we give that credit to? Kim. Like, and it's just got to be... that shit got to be tiring. That shit has to be tiring to watch as you're busting your ass and like really just trying to make something of yourself.
That is really upsetting. That is really upsetting. And the fact that she was mentioning how like it's more acceptable for Billie Eilish to come on with the green hair, but then they tell her to tone down.
Yeah, they want you to water down yourself
down when it's just like.
But haven't you had that like in like your retail experiences? Like I feel like when a white girl dyes her hair or stuff like that, it's kind of looked at as like cool or something like that. But
even tattoos.
Yeah, tattoos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like if you came in, or even if I've seen white men and women come into work like with dirty ass sneakers, clothes looking crazy and all that shit like that, and no one says a word. Oh, you had a rough night? Cool, dude. How many fucking lines did you do? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but if you came in there, they look at you like, bitch, where the fuck were? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I just think it's just very hypocritical. Even down to, like I said, a girl could dye her hair. You could come in with a color weave and they'll look at you like, excuse me, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean?
Well, she has red hair.
Right. Like, you know what I mean?
She just dyed it last week.
I don't know. I think it's all pretty like saddening and disgusting that it just, I don't know. Hopefully, I just think that like the more that this is put in the forefront, like the more like it's going to get better.
Yeah. I do hope that they do like follow through with extending the conversation, because they said that they wanted to go like live and stuff like that. So I really hope that they do, because like she said, there's nobody controlling the narrative. It's just them live.
And I think that's the one thing that I like, that what Kanye's preaching lately is about controlling your own narrative. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think it's just about like being able to tell your side of the story and not let people just paint you out to wherever you want to be, and taking your silence and your like, you know what, brushing it off your shoulder for granted, you know? So I'm definitely down with that because there's a lot of situations in my life where it could always just look like, oh, why is she not talking to so-and-so? That's so-and-so to you. You should be speaking to them. No, but do you realize that so-and-so is a complete fucking psychopath? Like, and I choose not to be around.
To have people like that around you.
No.
It's
Listen,
draining.
I don't have the time or the patience for none of that shit no more. I'm really just trying to live my best little life. And I just can't. I don't have the time for the bullshit, like, at all. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't. But speaking of Kim, one thing that like really is just like standing out to me is that how everybody let's talk about how she tried to tell everybody this week, get your ass up and work. Just get up and fucking work.
I did see that.
Can I play that? Can I find the clip? I think I could. Was it on her page or was it on the Shade Room?
I think she put it on her page too. I don't know if
she
it was on her
probably
story,
deleted,
but
knowing her.
I do know that there was a lot of social media platforms who shared it and reshared it.
What did you think about it?
I think that I understood both sides. I understand that she had a different upbringing.
I feel like it was right message, wrong messenger.
Yeah, I understand because there's a lot of wealthy children who they just ride off of their parents' money for the rest of their life, you know? And I think that she did, obviously she's Kim Kardashian and people are like wanting, like just basically handing her opportunities. I get that. But she also, I can't say that she didn't put in the work, but she was also
true.
Born
but there's also a lot of other factors that go into that. But her dad, Paris Hilton, Kanye West, shit, throwing it back for Ray J. Like there's mad shit.
It's like she did work hard, but it's not in comparison to somebody who was raised in, I don't know,
let's say somebody in Compton, and like built up a restaurant,
right? I feel like that's more impressive than
Right.
somebody saying like, yeah, work your ass off, but I was born in Calabasas or like I was born in Beverly Hills,
right? Like you literally went to Calabasas High, like relax.
Yeah. So like, I get both sides, but what you said, I forgot what wrong.
Right message, wrong messenger.
Yeah,
for sure, 100%.
I agree with that.
What I also don't like is like how everyone make it out to seem like, you see how Kanye acts. That's the reason why Kim's not with him. So she goes and be with somebody who has had mental health issues, like serious mental health issues. Like, when are we gonna start looking? And I get like people DM me in the sense of like, oh well, he's doing this and Kanye's this and Kanye's that. It's not about what y'all not understanding is that I don't like the fact that there's being blame placed on one person for this situation.
Yeah,
you have no idea what she's caused mentally for him, spiritually for him, physically for him, what contracts she's had him sign, what NDA. Well, you think the whole concept of him saying, I want to control my narrative is coming out of nowhere? You don't think that family has had a huge control over his narrative over the past couple of years?
Absolutely.
So it may sound as if like what I'm saying is defending Kanye. No, I think the whole entire situation is ridiculous. Do I think a lot of it is him trolling to just like be in the forefront? Niggas can't stop talking about Kanye right now. Like, so he's done his job. But at the same time, like, I'm not going to sit up here and act like he is the sole reason why the fuck they're not together, like, or why shit is going left. She's trolling just as well. Bitch put that picture out just so that people didn't have to talk about what she was saying about the whole get up and work, and work. You know what I mean?
I also find it like a little ironic, and I'm not sure if that's the strategy behind it, but the fact that they Keeping Up with the Kardashians is no longer part of E, but they have a contract with Hulu now, and they've been filming for them.
Yeah, but he's gonna be on that part. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not selling my drama for free, but come and tune in. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what it's giving. And I just don't. I hate shit.
So now I feel like whenever the show drops, it's gonna get views out the ass because people are nosy and wanting to know what happened behind the scenes. And how
I pray to God he's gonna check a part of that because
yeah.
What do you feel about him threatening D.L. Hughley?
I didn't see that. What did he say?
Oh, he basically was just like DL Hughley. Like,
but that man always in somebody's business.
Yo, he is always
He
in
always
somebody's
something
business.
to say.
Like, always in somebody's business. So he pretty much was just like, yo, DL Hughley, like, you don't know shit. This is my kid. This is my family. Mind your fucking business. And shit. Oh, that nigga live in Calabasas. Say the word. God is good. I'm beating ass.
Well, he said, did he have like certain remarks about like his kids or something?
Well, he had basically said like, oh, everybody thinks Kanye's basically saying like Kanye's crazy. You shouldn't be applauding what he's doing, and he needs to. What he's doing is harassment. He wouldn't get bitches if he wasn't Kanye West. Like he went on and on about all of that shit. So Kanye basically responded to that, and they just been going back and forth all day with like, what the hell is this? Hold on.
This new?
Hold on.
He just said to pray and ask for God to speak through me. You know, I got 4 children, and
we're playing a clip now. Yeah, y'all should be able to hear.
There's so many people who don't have a voice and have the opportunity to be able to speak up, and just, God, if it is in your will, you know, touch the people that are currently watching, my children, whatever sleepovers at, wherever they are at, the various nannies that watch all the children, and touch them and say, please bring my children to Sunday service this morning at 10 a.m.
Okay, I'm not. Okay, so
the fact that he was like Sunday service at 10 a.m. just in case you forgot. Just nanny, just in case you forgot. It's at 10 a.m. on Sunday.
On South and Wilshire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo,
wherever you see everybody dressed the same, that's where it's at 10 a.m. Just remember.
Listen, he gonna get his kids back, y'all. He gonna get what he want out of them. He gonna get them babies when he want them babies. Like it's almost like you're gonna hand them over. But I do feel him on like the whole like I was creeped out by that TikTok with North and Penelope. I ain't even gonna lie. I've been in love with an emo girl, and they all had like the black makeup and lipstick on. I don't know. I feel like see that can be like he don't want the child on TikTok. So you're gonna put the most extreme demonic shit on TikTok for somebody who's praising God. Like that ain't trolling, y'all. Come on, stop it. Five.
I also feel like
stop it, Five.
Like her reasoning is like, yeah, I'm gonna let my child express themselves, but
I don't like that shit.
You could still. I mean, I was expressing myself when I was young without the cameras. Right. You could still allow your child to be free and express themselves. Or you could just
send it back to do something private between you and your cousins, your friends, and your close friends. It doesn't have to be
on the internet.
Not at all. I don't agree at all. I don't think it should be on the internet at all. And I feel like nobody should tell him how to feel about his child being on the internet. Shut the fuck up. That's the problem. I got too much of opinion in this in the first fucking place.
Right.
You know, so I don't know. I'm not applauding no Kim and Skeet and all that other bullshit. And his name is Skeet to me too. I don't care. That's Skeet. But let's get into this show that speaking of more relationships, let's get into the relationship. Love is blind.
I was hot. Every time I watch that show, I'm just like, I should do it.
Honestly, can I tell you my personal opinion? I think people that are on that show actually have some type of mental disorder.
You think so? But I really 100%. Do like Jarrett and Ayana. I really do.
I do, but
like them.
Ayana definitely is.
Well, she has her own little traumas, but
that's the thing. You can just because you do have your trauma does not mean that you're not. What I'm saying is invalid. You are not. Despite the reasons, you have your situations and you need to go deal with that before putting marriage on the fucking forefront. Right. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of them go, especially in this season, a lot of them went into it
very unhinged.
Very, just a lot of trauma that you just
I'm giving you the shameless there while you're talking.
Oh, it's like she listens with her eyes. It's so annoying. Like, why does she do that?
You ever just want to smack the shit out of somebody?
If they're doing that face, oh my gosh,
yeah,
yes.
I just wanted to smack the shit out. No, between her eyes, I felt like Natalie got older throughout the episodes. Am I bugging? She aged throughout the episode.
She has her little moments.
But
Can we talk about Sal
can we talk about
and his dumbass songs and how Mallory cried every
why
time?
was he Coco? Remember the movie Coco from
Yeah,
Disney?
like what?
He literally was Coco.
It wasn't good. It was very cringy. I swear,
Mm-hmm.
if I was Mallory, I would have been like, "Can you cut the cameras because I can't take this serious." And
But
she
how
was like,
many guys is gonna tell you like, yeah, you a bad bitch? I don't want you to say it like that. Like you gotta say it like in a different way. Like I feel like that's some thirst bucket shit. There's some things that some dudes that like, I like my man with a little bit more swag than that. Yeah, you a bad. That's some. I used to when dudes used to compliment my. You like that? Like yeah, you're a
I
bad
don't
bitch.
like the bad bitch. I don't like that. I could barely receive comments, but a male calling me a bad bitch, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
I hate Queen too now. I call myself Queen, like just like in general,
Oh, yeah,
like.
yeah.
But I hate like, how you doing, Queen? How you doing, Grand Rising Queen? Fuck you and your rising.
Oh my god.
Go to hell because that's where you're coming from.
But Love Is Blind, I did consider. But then I pictured myself. I'm like, if that glass door opens,
And
Lord,
it's
baby
Shane,
Jesus,
and it's Shane mouth breathing.
I will literally drop to my knees and throw up. Like,
Yo, his
I'm
mouth
turning
breathing
around.
didn't bother you?
Everything about this man
Like, how do
bothered
you
me.
stay like, yeah, I'll open like this and just like,
Everything.
yo.
First of all, he does drugs. He has
That's
to do drugs.
100%.
All his mannerisms, drugs. Like,
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's
the
why
reunion, he was awful.
Oh.
He was high as a fucking
But
cock.
I loved on the reunion how he was check and shake. Like,
Yes.
everybody was like, shut
the fuck up.
up. Like, why are you still, even the hoes, they're like,
Yes.
shut up. Like, you're on the wrong
He was
show.
like,
He's
well,
like,
the only one that I'm attracted to
you
is
know
him.
what? I thought love is a little blurry. Like, bro, you're on the wrong show. You're on the wrong show.
But what was
And
weird was like, oh, if you're not so sexually attracted to her, why the fuck was you grabbing her ass and like kissing up on her and
I
stuff
don't
like that?
understand why
when-
you kept saying this. Like, you've been working around animals too damn long to feel like you are an animal and you need this animalistic
Right.
approach to women. That's creepy.
Yeah.
That is creepy as
It's
hell.
giving real big
and
rape
I feel
culture.
like he's an only child. You were raised watching
I don't
porn.
even think that. I think that there's so much self-hate in him, like, because the fact that you sat with her family and was like, oh my god, like uncomfortable being around people that looked like you, that shit speaks fucking volumes.
But I also think that he watched a lot of porn and he has this idea of what a woman should look like and how intimacy should look like.
True.
I really do.
Yeah.
Because where else was that going to come from?
I just also think, but like you wanting the blonde hair, blue eyes, people, that's a lot. Like I said, honestly, I see that a lot. Like a lot of people think that like black men date out their race a lot, but you get these people who were born in born from India or like first generation here. They get stuck on this American dream concept of like what the American lifestyle is supposed to be, and that includes women. And a lot of that time it's the white girl with the blonde hair, blue eyes, with the freaking Daisy Dukes and the American flag T-shirt on 4th of July. Like that's
exactly
who the
what you
fuck they
wanted.
want.
That's
That's who
exactly
they
what you
want with a fucking white claw in her hand.
I'm
you
glad
know?
she said no. I'm
I'm glad too, but I'm gonna keep it a whole stack. Like it was stressing me out. Her makeup looked really old throughout the whole season. Like
I was
dragging
saying
me.
that too. I'm just like, girl, your foundation is too light, baby girl.
I don't know what it was.
It was her foundation was light.
It
Yeah.
looked gray, bro. Like it was.
It was
so
it was
bad.
it was just the wrong shade, and she just put foundation on. There was no like anything added. It was just foundation. Like there was no contouring. There was no. And I get everybody doesn't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that, but
I understand, but you shouldn't like this. Shouldn't
at the
be
very
that.
least, if you're gonna be on camera,
There's
the
too
fact
many
that the
tutorials
directors
out
and
today. I'm so
producers
sorry.
did not tell you
That this is
that
not
it
going to
looked
pick
bad
up
on
good.
camera,
Yeah, that's
they
fucked up.
fucked you up.
That's fucked up.
That
OD.
is so fucked up.
That's fucked
That is
up.
so. That
That's
is not.
fucked up.
I was surprised
like that
that
shit.
Danielle and Nick were still together.
Me
They
too.
made me cringe so
First of all,
hard because
kinda,
I'm just
I'm
like,
so
yo,
sorry.
everything they're saying is so triggering to me. Like,
First of
What
all,
are
she
you gonna
needs to go
do?
do, like I said, therapy.
massive. But they
massive
did say
therapy.
that they went to therapy as a couple
Okay,
in the reunion though.
I'm sorry. I personally think he was looking for a beard,
He was real gossipy.
but just gossipy
You think so?
mannerisms.
You think so?
I'm kind of confident. I'm gonna go look on Twitter. I think Twitter probably agrees with me.
I know that Deeps and
Kyle. First of all, Kyle
If they're
came to the
dating,
reunion looking like he didn't believe in God. Like, honestly,
he scares me.
he looked like he didn't believe in God. Why did you? First of all, who told you to put a piercing on that ear, and who told you to put? He looked like God was on the last thing on his mind.
Yeah, but from even when they were in the pods, his stare and the fact that he would not give up. He's like, no.
He reminds me of Scar from the piranhas.
I was like, he's a serial killer.
You know the piranhas, the hyenas from Lion King. He definitely looked like he was one of those.
Yeah, he just wasn't like getting it. Like even like there was so many signs. You're like, bro, walk away. Like the signs are there, and he's just like, no, I'm just gonna fight it.
But I'm almost convinced that they tell people like, oh well, just try to push through anything for the storyline until you have some type of show. Ayanna and Jerry are so cute, but I really was highly like that conversation he was having with Mallory. I wanted to be ass. I wanted to put foot to both of their asses because it was honestly disgusting.
It was
disgusting. And so, oh yeah, you don't like that ring? I know you ain't like that. Because I asked you. I know what type of ring you had.
It's not gold.
You ain't gold.
It's not gold.
I bet you ain't gold. But the way he pussyfoot out of that and was like, oh no. It was a joke, bro. We were no.
But it was like it was a joke that was out of line. You should.
I don't think it was
like that.
I know. First of all, I know niggas. That wasn't no joke. You was being messy.
What he said.
He said what he said, and he was being
camera,
messy.
now you can't turn back.
He was being messy, and he saw her in person and liked what he saw. And
but now after like watching everything,
she was all that, honestly.
Yeah, and now after like watching,
I think
the
Ayanna
show,
was way like she was so cute, and she I think that she was definitely the better choice. In my opinion.
For sure. I think that they're very compatible.
Yeah, her personality, everything about her, I really liked her. What did you think about her being adopted as an adult?
I don't know how that works.
So you can. So when I was looking into it, like it was kind of like the oldest person that got adopted was like 76 years old, right? And
girl,
it makes
you would Google.
Yeah, my Google searches are literally ridiculous. Like the most random shit.
So they adopted this 76-year-old person?
Yeah, but so basically like it's in the sense of like, say if you find somebody that like you know how people like don't really have like a good relationship with their parents, and you find somebody that like kind of becomes that maternal figure for you or whatever the case may be. So it's kind of like just putting that in legal form and say, God forbid something happens to that person, like you're included in the inheritance and all that stuff as well. You know what I mean? So I thought it was a cool concept because like if who would I want to be adopted by? Oprah. If Oprah came to me and said, you want to be my child? Yes, bitch, I'm signing the papers.
So now my question is, I don't know how deep you went with this person who got adopted at 76. Were the people older?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
But
I would, see, now you got me thinking. I want to adopt. Who wants to be my 80-year-old baby?
Oh, wow.
I want an 80-year-old baby. You don't want to be, imagine, but oh yeah, this is my daughter. She's 80 years old.
But then wouldn't that make you like a caretaker almost? That's
I'm her mom. Yeah, that's what a mom is.
But you want to wipe an adult baby?
I have a nanny. Change my daughter.
She's about to sign you up for something that you did not.
Change my daughter.
She'd be like,
change my daughter.
I freaking quit.
What the fuck is on this bitch's biscuit, yo?
No,
imagine you're in a babysitter's job, right?
It's like, yeah, I'm a nanny. Like, oh wow, how old?
No, you could. They don't even tell you. Like, oh, my daughter, she's a little older. You shouldn't have to worry about it. A little bit older, and you come home and it's a fucking 80-year-old.
Like, where's the daughter?
This is my daughter.
This is the daughter.
We adopted her when she was 76.
This is terrible. I did not know that was a thing. When she said she got adopted at like
18, 20. She met them at 18 and she got adopted at 22.
I was like, oh. Because I'm just assuming like once you're 21, you're just like,
nah, you get adopted as an adult. So Oprah, if you need a daughter, I'm here, baby. If you need a daughter, I'm here, baby. So what do you think about, Chick, how can you go on a show called Love is Blind? And he said, if I was at a concert, would I like have trouble putting you on my shoulders? Or
The way he worded
the
his
way
question
he was basically like, how many ways can you ask a bitch if she's fat or not?
Can I
That's
put you on
literally
my shoulders?
was.
If we were at a concert, can I put you on my shoulders?
But I do think I couldn't go on that show because I cannot not know what you look like.
I know.
I'm
that's
sorry.
tough.
I'm
That's
so
tough.
sorry. I'm
But then
so
but
sorry.
then like, even season 1, like the
And
people
I'm
who
not,
fall in love.
first of all, I could get past the looks before I could get past the small dick. I'm so sorry.
I know that's hard.
Imagine you got signed up. It's not okay. Even if he looked good now, he got a Vienna. Hell is hot, bro. I'm not dealing with that.
You know
I ain't
what?
dealing with
But
that.
like, I feel like I would be the type of person
No.
to be like, yeah, sure, whatever. Ask my questions. Like, I don't know. What do you bring to the family barbecue or something?
Nah,
I don't know.
I'm gonna be on my shake shit. Like, so would you?
So,
if you put it by a remote, or if you put it
So
by a
you play
toilet pole.
basketball?
Or if
What
you-
kind of sports did you play in high
yeah,
school?
yeah.
Oh, you play basketball. Okay. Were you
If
like
you
the
had to
tallest
compare
one?
your body type to a certain person in like the NBA, who would it be? Are you
Love
more
that.
on like on the like Nate Robinson side, or is it given?
That's those are good questions. Those are good questions. But I think that I
I'm
would
definitely
approach it
asking
in
the
a way.
remote over the toilet roll paper.
I feel like the little glass doors would open, and I would be like Ayana, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my
No,
god.
but that was Ayana. She was like, oh my god,
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I
Yeah.
would do the same thing, but you don't got to say yes. So
I'd be like,
there's that.
I'd be like, hell no. It
Like,
just
for these
ain't big
reasons, the
enough for
Vienna
me.
is not
Hell
given.
no, that just ain't big enough for me. I'm sorry. I'm literally not committing to a small penis.
I just always wonder, like, if I was to be on any of those shows, how like they would cast me, because I feel like they make personalities.
I think I would be the
for
fucking
these.
star. I think I would be the fucking star.
You know what's
They
crazy?
would literally want me to like go and like tell everybody's business and in a certain way. Like,
It's crazy because I feel like the stars of the show were Ayana and Jarrett.
mm-hmm.
After the fact, when the
Right.
show was happening, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was.
I was like, I don't know about these two. I don't know about these two. And what pissed me off, Ayana, she's never going to hear this, but what pissed me off is, why are you guys in Mexico and he's in the shower with no clothes on and you got a whole ass bathing suit on? Like, girl, take your clothes off.
Yeah, well, that was weird. That was weird. But
Girl,
she was
take
trying to
your
be
clothes
conservative, and
off.
I
She
think
was,
people
but it
are.
still happened.
Yeah, I think people like try to find a way to like try to keep the like conservative aspect of like not putting too much of their business. Don't want to look like a hoe on TV. You know what I mean? So I
If I'm
get
about
it,
to
but
marry this man, I need to know.
that's a fact. I
Like,
told you I'm not
don't-
dealing with it. We're gonna have to. If you already got this far,
I need to know what you smell like. I need to know what it smells like. I need to know. I need
how
to
much
know.
hair you keep on your.
I
All
need
of
to
that.
know. There's no
All
way
that.
I'm gonna say yes if I haven't. No.
No, I'm not blind testing no car. I ain't blind driving no car.
I'm very sensitive to smell.
I'm very sensitive to size. But we asked you guys how important were looks and
Versus,
sexual
yeah.
sexual chemistry in
a lot of
a
shit.
relationship. Should I turn this light back on or should we just rock out from
I
this
think
point?
we should just,
Rock it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry. I've been having a sneeze and I don't know. It's just not coming out. So
Well,
if it
I'm
just-
sorry. It's not happening for you.
just
Sorry.
Feel it. It's there.
But we are going to get into y'all answers because some of them were absolutely great. I read one that was like I appreciate what that mouth do, but I want to see what that brain do or some
That's
shit
true.
like that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Because some people are attracted to
I physically cannot have sex with you if I think that you're a basket case. Like you're not.
Yeah. I think that looks is important because that's your initial attraction.
Right.
Right. And then you explore the mind.
Right.
Right.
And the mind makes you attracted
And
to the
then
body.
Exactly.
I 100% agree with that.
I also think that like sexual chemistry, because sometimes like I tell people in the beginning, You could feel sexual chemistry, but also it could be a little bit thrown off because nerves get in the way. Like you trying to perform and
I feel like you don't really, your sexual chemistry doesn't really like you don't really know your sexual chemistry it's not something you know right away. Exactly. I personally think. Exactly. I think that I think people can be performative in the beginning. Like they like put on their representative who they are and what they may think that you might like and shit like that. Oh, and like you said, nerves getting in the way and just a lot of things that can just like alter your perception on who this person might be.
But you initially know whether you're attracted to that person based off of the look and
their
how
looks.
You're able to have conversation with that person before you even go into intimacy.
One thing, as much as Kashif gets on my nerves, I still want to throw it back for him like one love. And that's important. That's the most important thing to me. As long as you still want to jump my bones and vice versa, I'm perfectly fine with this. I'm perfectly fine.
So this person said, looks fade. Sex lasts only so long.
I don't know what bitch you talking about.
Mental, spiritual, social chemistry means more. Looks not so much, but a sexual chemistry is there.
That's what I got. Like a lot of people weren't so prone on the looks; they were more concerned about how like the sexual.
Some of these people, like I feel like you lying. Too.
I feel like that too.
I feel like you're lying.
A lot of times I be feeling like they lying, but y'all be gassing it because like y'all be saying looks don't matter, but y'all be fucking lying, yo.
Yeah.
Because y'all wouldn't have Instagram if looks ain't fucking matter.
That depends. If there's a connection prior to sex, then no. But in most cases, they're important.
So like people who are like maybe like friends that fell in love or like something like that, you know what I mean? Or like maybe like if you worked with somebody and like you kind of grew to know them through that or something like that.
This person said sexual chemistry is very important, but looks are subjective. Attraction is key, but we all dig different looks. Mm-hmm. So what somebody else finds attractive might not be your cup of tea. Let's see what else we got. Any others that stood out to you that you could think of?
I just thought that one was funny. And somebody else was just like saying like sex isn't everything. And I'm like, you're fucking obviously not getting your back blown out.
Yeah. So I think people fail to realize that the act of sex, there's dopamine? You release a certain
there's endorphins that you release during sex. Oxytocin
make you happy.
Yes, there's happy ones. Yeah.
So this is why people who aren't as sexually active. I'm not saying that's the only reason.
Yeah, that's why I'd be like, oh, that's why people are like, she needs some dick.
Yeah, that's true. It's true because you release certain chemicals.
Or you could be like, oh yeah, he definitely ain't getting no bitches. You could tell he ain't getting. They can tell when you ain't getting. Like I could always tell, especially like women. I'm like, oh yeah, you're definitely. You definitely need some. Oh yeah, you need some. Yeah. You need some. You just have somebody come and put that thing on you real quick. Like your whole day would be. I'm always so chipper.
I think it is important.
It's extremely important.
I really do think important. If you don't feel like it's important, then maybe you're just not with the right person who's pleasing you.
Right. Or you never really been pleased by somebody you've been in a relationship with.
Yeah. And I'm not saying
I think that's a lot of people.
I feel
honestly,
like people think like this has to happen like 3 times a day. Every day of the week.
No.
But it has to happen at some point.
At least 6 days out of the week.
At least 6 days of the week.
At least
some sort of intimacy, because it doesn't always have to be intercourse. It could be a lot of different things.
Could be given.
And I think a lot of people think that it's just one thing, but intimacy could be. Intimacy could be a lot of things.
Yeah, it could be a lot of things. Like honestly, like me and Kashif, like we love eating ice cream together and just watching TV. He makes me
ice cream together.
Huh?
Just eating ice cream together.
Eating ice cream together is just so. Well, I'm a Taurus, so anything with food is kind of like.
Gotcha.
Could be so, like even tonight, like so we're going to the. When we go in, like okay, like when we go to restaurants and we like try new things together, like him feeding me is like. I love that. Like I don't know why it turns me on so much. Like just physically putting food in my mouth. No, with your hands.
Oh, okay.
Like with his hands. Like I want you to put food in my mouth with your hands.
Like shoved or just like
no, like literally like let the tip of your fingers like touch my mouth and like things like that. Like just I'm telling you, it's just like.
Does he know this?
Does he know this? I don't think. No, it's just something I keep to like, and I just literally
because I feel like if you point it out, then he's gonna be like.
I never like that. Like that's like for instance, like when you tell a man like, oh, I want you to buy me flowers, and this is the third.
Yeah.
It's just like okay, when he starts buying you flowers, it's just kind of like I don't. You only right. Yeah. I'm never want you to do anything because I told you to. I want it to be something that you genuinely wanted to do. You know what I mean? So
I like that you kept that to yourself.
Yeah, no, I keep it to. I don't be like, oh my god, I love when you feed. No, a lot of stuff like me and him are both like that in the sense of like we be like, okay, I see how you. Okay, like we just like I like that shit. Like it's just, but it's not something that's just kind of like, babe, I love when you do blah 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 blah. No,
yeah,
you know what I mean.
So me and your finger slightly touches my lips.
Yes, I just want to bite it. But any other ones that you thought were dope?
Somebody said it all depends on the type of relationship, but I don't really understand that.
I think, like I said, like I think that it's a sense of like depending on how you met that person, in that aspect. Yeah, maybe.
I feel like for the most part, everyone was saying the same thing, like looks aren't that important.
But
the chemistry is.
Yeah, I agree.
Whether it's sexual chemistry or just chemistry in general.
Yeah, I agree.
But like I said, I feel like some people are lying. I feel like people have this idea of what they want their person to look like. That's okay too. But
well, I'm 100% someone who has a type, 100%, and I will never. I think I only went against my type one time, and I 100% knew. Well, he was dope. But I literally can't really think of many times that
I think now I'm starting to understand what my type is.
Girl, I've seen your type lately. I know what your type is.
I think we're now finally exploring my type, and it's a beautiful thing.
But you want to know what's so funny? The height thing has always been my thing, but I have a certain thing for just like. That's why I was offended. I don't know if you've ever seen that clip when when the two girls, the two older women from the Housewives I sent you the clip of the podcast, and she was like talking about James Harden's beard and saying all that shit like that. Yeah. I love a brown skin, like Hennessy complexion man with a beard and just really dark hair. Like I just love that look. I just love it.
Bold, like facial features.
Yes.
And not as I don't mean bold as in like strong cheekbones. I mean like bold as in dark eyebrows.
Yes, like
dark
hair. Yes. Like who had like Bella has her hair is dark like Kashif's, like really dark. Like and Kalani and Kyrie have more lighter brown hair like I do. Yeah. But his hair, his eyes, his brows, everything like a Big Sean, like all like it's those bold, bold dark features on them. You know what I mean? That's always just been my and just the beard, like a nice healthy glossy beard, so fuck y'all Giselle and Robin shitting on the beards because I'm all here for the black men's and the well-groomed beards.
I'm a toucher, so like if a guy has a beard, even if it's low, I just put my hand right here. And I feel like if there was nothing there, I don't know what to do with myself. Yeah,
I dated somebody with the same face as me, and it's not attractive on a man. And actually, he literally was he was the worst. But I just think that like the beard just gives it just like this there's a sexiness to it. Do
you think it's because it just makes them
I'm attracted to masculine. I'm attracted to a lot of masculine energy.
I'm into I like big hands.
Me too.
I like big hands and nice fingernails.
I like and nice shoulders.
Oh my gosh, backs.
Yes.
Lord, please give me a good back. Please give me a good back.
Yes, give me a good back so you can break my back. Thank you.
Give me a nice strong back, please. Thank you.
Nah, I really do enjoy. I just love a big man. I'm little. And you know what it is? I just always say like my dad is like 6'4". My youngest brother is like 6'2". So like, how do you look? How I look coming up with some little peewee, I'm used to big men around me. But what else did we want to get into? I think that this is since we were talking about Love is Blind, I think this is a good time. Should I play his song at the end or just play it now, like in the middle? Wow. Let me play it now. Wow. We're here and speaking about love and all that other kind of shows. But this song, I was saying to you guys, a lot of y'all are coming out with these songs that are just fire. Like Oswin came out with the album and he has a couple of songs on there. I love Prince's music. This kid ridiculous. His music has been hitting off, and I'm just all down with, like, now that I got this new machine, I'm gonna play a couple of songs. This song is by Prince, Blue Strip Pablo. He actually does the intro song for ours that y'all hear in the beginning, and he has a new project that he'll be dropping pretty soon. This song is called Love Is Love. I thought it was a really dope remake to a song, and we're gonna play it for y'all. And I got the links and all this stuff. This shit ain't on Apple or anything like that, so y'all should be able to hear it on YouTube. Exclusive, y'all. So, oh, that's the wrong one. But this is a premiere of Love Is Love by Blue Strip Pablo, y'all.
That caramel complexion got me stressing. No, you got options, I ain't knocking, you a blessing. She all natural, ain't no filler. She play the crib, she just get dressed to kill the gram. 100 pics, don't need no filter, she gon' use one anyway. She yelling, cut it up, cause she gon' fuck it up. She got that last booming to the base, look at her cutting up. Had them legs like noodles, if I scrape, she gon' double up. Ain't never need no dude to be a bank. She like, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished, shorty paddle in the back, run up a tab and handle business. Simple math for us to add to what we have and we can split it. But first and foremost, let's subtract all of them niggas, I'ma take it down. Dancing like I'm breezy when I'm in it, ain't no playing around. Hang my jersey up if you committed. If you do decide to waste your time, don't waste it on these niggas. Cause time ain't never wasted chillin' with that nigga. Pack a bag and book a trip, send the addy, we could dip. Them bitches mad you in your bag cause you that bitch. Them niggas on you, but them niggas don't exist. Ain't shit, ain't shot, but ain't nobody really switch.
So
yeah, and if it's love, you know it's love, right? Yeah, no, if it's love, you know it's love, right?
Is this love? And that was Love by Blue Strip Pablo. And I thought that song was pretty dope. I love the sample that he used. You know, I love Prince's music. I hope he really just really takes it where he needs to take that thing, because he really is sitting on a lot of gems, you know. So go check him out. The song that he has in the front of our song and like our intro and our outro is called Cookies and Cologne. And you can find that on Apple Music as well. So go check him out. But let's get into the rest of some things that we was going to talk about. The rest of some things we was going to talk about. We have our boy Jussie. So he was finally sentenced to 150 days in prison or jail.
5 months?
Yeah. Okay. I can hear you. Okay. This, don't worry, you're on. Everybody's on. Okay. Is when I do this. But he is also doing 30 months of probation, which is like about 2.5 years. So, yeah, I think he's still saying, his family's coming out saying that he didn't lie and that this is all whatever the case may be. But what I did find to be extremely interesting was that how he kept saying, like, I am not suicidal. I am not suicidal. I'm not suicidal. And I think people were kind of confused on why he was saying that in the first place. And I think people were just like actually thinking that he was like nutsos for saying so.
I understood exactly what he was saying.
And what did you take from it? Because if we're on the same exact page, we're going to do our little applause and give.
So for me, I just go back to just the what is it called? That gay trans world where it's really dangerous for them sometimes. So I just felt like him saying, like, if something happens to me in there based off of what he did and his sexual preference, that if something happens to him, he didn't do it. And that's what I got from it.
I think that those is double-sided because in the sense of also you got to think about the whole Sandra Bland thing situation, and it's Black and brown people going into police custody and unexplainably ending up dead. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's exactly why he was saying that, because my mom was a correction officer, and correction officers give big overseer energy. And if anybody doesn't know what an overseer is buddy on the horse in the fields while the slaves are picking cotton, and he's the one looking over everyone to make sure that they're doing what they're doing. And if you're not, he's gonna be the one that punishes you. Right? Sorry, I'm just so scared about all these cords. And what was I saying? Who was I talking about?
Your mom being a corrections officer.
Correction officers. So once you're in that jail, they're basically in charge of what happens. And despite it could go unreported, it could go unseen, it could go a lot of things. And these correction officers beat up people, and especially if you're someone that they feel you think, you in my house now. That's really their kind of like aspect of it. You get what I'm saying? So they feel like they're capable of doing any and everything that they want to you now that you're inmate, you know? So, and that's kind of how the Constitution sets it up, because you're literally a slave to the country. It's literally in the Constitution. Yeah. So I think with that being said, despite Save Sucks, CEO doesn't like how he acts or what he is or what he represents, what he stands for, whether it's gay, whether it's black,
what he did,
or what
think he did,
or what he's saying that he didn't do, or whatever the case may be. They can beat his ass, do whatever the case may be, kill him, poison him, and whatever, and it will be as if, you see how he was acting, he was suicidal. You know what I mean? And it's an easy thing to paint, you know, especially when someone gets convicted of a crime and they've never been in jail before, you know? So
yeah, and I think people are just like, nobody's saying you're suicidal.
No,
but like it's
actually kind of like almost like when it's the same difference as when like a black man or someone of color gets pulled over and it's like, I'm reaching for my glove compartment. I am not pulling out any weapons or saying exactly what's happening. So that way they have proof that they weren't of any harm or anything of that of that essence. You know what I mean?
I'm not sure if he's going to do the full 5 months though.
Huh?
I don't think they're going to do the full 5 months.
I don't doubt it. I think
like 3.
You think so? I don't know.
He doesn't have any previous
5 months ain't even a lot of work.
It's not.
And they're gonna have him in a baby jail. He's gonna be all right.
he'll be fine.
He'll be fine. I don't know.
5 months goes by fast.
But how I feel about Jussie, he's dying on that lie.
Oh my God.
Stop fucking lying. He's not letting that lie go, baby. No, he's gonna down his hill. And his brothers and sisters are coming out saying basically like, I think they just admitted him into a home. I think there was a post earlier today. I like this. I like being able to like just play clips and like do all the little things that make the podcast a little bit more interesting, y'all. Yo, what happened to Lil Nas X? I feel like he just like kind of just like went off the face of the earth. Am I bugging?
I mean, his album came out already, so it's like, so the next album drops and we won't probably hear from him again.
True. Ooh,
I think he was, doing all that. People build hype. Albums out. So you take a chill pill.
True.
Take a chill pill.
I don't know, but he was very much heavy on the internet. I think maybe it's true. Like the people don't put much emphasis in the trolling aspect. Maybe a lot of it was him trolling for his album sales and like, promotion and things like that, So I definitely don't put it past. You got to sell the devil's blood in your sneakers. You know what I mean? I wonder how that lawsuit went with Nike with him. I wonder whatever happened with that, So I'm definitely going to look into that. That's going to be my random Google. But
tune into next week's episode
to know
what happened.
Too. But I'm in support of why he said that. You know what I mean? Despite whatever you may feel about what he lied about, or if you felt he lied or you felt he didn't, I'm definitely in support of that. But speaking of characters that are a little bit off their rocker, how do you feel about this Carlton character?
You know what? I only watched, I think, up to episode maybe 2 or 3.
Really? I'm like, you're the one who told me to watch this damn show, and I'm the one watching it.
I was, I was telling you from the beginning, it was kind of like, it kind of threw me off a little bit because the characters are a little off for me. Mm-hmm. And I get that they're trying to like bring a different spin to it, but I'm so stuck in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air that it's really hard for me to see Carlton in that light.
I think like I couldn't. The only reason why I can relate is the sense of like the I know that black kid. I went to school with that kid. Like I know his character well. I know his character well. But you should watch it because you'll see in the next episode he kind of gets in a conflict, like a little racial conflict with his friends. So,
is it the
Connor, his friend Connor,
Yeah, is it after they planted the drugs in?
Oh, this is way.
way
Basically,
after?
he just was like, his friend said, "Oh, this is one sport that they can't take from us." Like basically talking about lacrosse or whatever the case may be. So, he checks him on basically being racist and stuff like that. And Carlton kind of like sits down with a black girl, and she like is kind of like flirting with her, and it's like, "Oh, like why don't you like what is people's perception of me?" And they're just kind of like, you're Oreo, like you don't rock with us, you don't stand up for us, that's just who you are, and you come off as an asshole, so it's just interesting. I think the reason why he stands out the most is because he's the most far removed from the original character in every aspect, like physically, personality wise. I feel like everything is very, very different.
I mean, Uncle Phil is too, but
yeah, because like they said, him being a crooked politician is kind of off. And then this episode, like Michael Ealy kind of pushes up on Aunt Viv and stuff like that. And it's just like,
I need to.
You gotta get back into it.
It kind of threw me off, but
no, just watch it. You already paid for the damn Peacock, so you might as well. Ooh, and out, and out. But yeah, I'm digging Bel-Air. I think everybody should get into Bel-Air and just keep watching that show because it is pretty good.
How many episodes? Is it a weekly thing or they're all out?
Weekly.
Oh, okay.
It's weekly, so it's only on episode 7. It's so much TV going on. Yeah.
I'm saying,
I don't know because it's like a 45-minute show, so it doesn't really like bother me the way like Snowfall is a long ass show. Like I think I might just have to binge that. I don't know what I'm gonna do because I just can't catch up right now. It's so much, just so much TV on. Grey's came back on, y'all, and y'all know how I feel about Grey's Anatomy. Like I don't
think I ever watched one episode of Grey's Anatomy.
I've watched all the seasons of Grey's Anatomy.
There's
I think that there's a lot of seasons, and each
it's like at this point, like
I always tell people, if you're not caught up, like there's no point. There's no point. It will literally take you a lifetime. It will literally take you a whole lifetime. But other than that, I kind of want. I've been watching Tommy today, like getting caught up on that. I'm kind of liking where they're going with this new seasons for Grey's. I know some of y'all who listen to this are Grey's fans, so I'm gonna get into this real quick for y'all. I like what they're doing with this season because it's just like so much. It's almost like they need the trauma to happen. So like. One of the doctors basically came up with a method that kind of backfired. It ended up in one of the residents killing a patient. The resident is basically going through so much mental trauma of of trying to like recover from killing someone. Owen and making a promise to kill a bunch of like soldiers. He basically helped soldiers who were like dying. Veterans that weren't being able to be helped by the government, like he gave them pills to basically like kill themselves. You know what I mean? So it's just a lot of shit going on this season. I love how the space Meredith is in. I love seeing. I'm just so confused on why Bailey always got some fine ass dude fiending over her. But you know what? Okay, Bailey, I see it. It's just been a really good season. It's just so much shit on TV right now. Like I always say, Abbott Elementary, go watch that shit because it is absolutely hysterical. Yes. Catch up on that. It's only a 30-minute show, and after the commercials and stuff are taken out, it's literally like 20 minutes. Yeah, it's on Hulu. Okay. I would definitely like recommend that show for sure. I'm gonna finish catching up on Tommy and Snowfall by the end of next week. I just binged
I didn't finish Love is Blind. Last Snowfall.
Yeah, I just finished Love is Blind this week. I was like, let me at least do that so we have something to both speak on this episode. You know what I mean? But
I did look to see if they had castings in Los Angeles. Just saying.
Oh my God, girl, do not go on that show.
I'm just saying that they're casting in Los Angeles.
They are? Oh my God.
I'm just saying the next Love is Blind might be in Los Angeles.
You would not, I would literally be like,
I hope I find love before I do that.
So y'all, we got the results from this or that. I'm not listening to her bullshit.
If you see me, I love it by Los
She's not
Angeles.
gonna fucking Love Is Blind.
Imagine my parents, what they would say, like, ¿qué? What?
Zuleyma?
That's what you're doing in Los Angeles?
So we have the results for this or that. This or that this week. We did movies, and I thought that was super fun to do. There was too many to pick from, y'all. Like, there's so many good throwback movies that you can compare one to the other. I want to start with the first one that I was surprised that lost, because I really think Like Mike is better than Space Jam.
I chose Like Mike for sure.
I chose Like Mike. Space Jam is kind of like, it's just something that is almost like something like you hear the name, so you feel like you automatically have to say, oh yeah, that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like the storyline of Like Mike was so much better than the storyline of Space Jam. Like,
I think Like Mike was so memorable.
It
I mean,
was
not to say that Space Jam wasn't, but like, maybe it's just the cartoon aspect.
It's
of
like,
it. It
it was very dumb. Like, it was dumb. Like, if you look at it, like when they took, like, everything about it was just like super. It was very bad acting in it. Like Michael, like it, because you're like acting to cartoons. Like, you're not. They're not even there. You know what I mean? So, and who says Michael Jordan is a fucking actor? You know. So LeBron wasn't that great in the new Space Jam either.
Wasn't
you
even
know. So
enthused about even watching.
I couldn't even.
watch
I
it.
watched that shit. I think we went to the movies. I'm not sure. But it came out, and I can't even tell you what I watched at all.
Well, there's that.
What else? So Superbad versus Step Brothers. Who do you think won?
Step Brothers.
Superbad won. And I would choose Superbad. I think Superbad is actually comically more hysterical. But
You don't say that.
Step Brothers.
that.
Step Brothers has one of my favorite lines. Damn. When I close my eyes, you sound like Fergie and Jesus.
I feel like there's so many moments in Step Brothers
Did
that's
we do
just
something
like,
wrong?
yeah, Catalina water mixer, like
Boat.
fucking Catalina boats
Boats and hoes. Boats and hoes.
It's just two adult kids. Like, it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it was.
Or like, I like Step Brothers more than I like Superbad.
But you want to know what I actually like more than both of those movies?
What?
I Love You, Man. I Love You, Man.
I don't
is
think I
one
watched
of the
that.
Yo, if you ever have the time to go watch,
I love you.
I
I might have, but
with Paul Rudd. Oh my God. It is one of the funniest movies.
I'm trying to remember.
He's like slapping the bass, and he was like doing like a.
I feel like I watched that.
They were like, he was like, I'm trying to do a Jamaican accent. He's like, slapping the bass. He's like, you sound like a leprechaun. Like,
I think I watched that.
Yes, I Love You, Man. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. And also Neighbors is really good. That's kind of new.
Is that with Zac Efron?
Yes, that
Okay.
shit is fucking hilarious.
What else?
What else? We had Stomp the Yard versus You Got Served.
I bet You Got Served.
You know Stomp the Yard won, and I think
Really?
that y'all motherfuckers are highly disrespectful. No, it didn't win. I'm lying. Wrong one. But anybody who didn't vote for You Got Served, I might just block you, because
I liked Stomp the Yard a lot, but there's something about like the soundtrack of You Got Served.
yo,
and
do
all
you
that,
listen
like,
to the soundtrack of You Got Served?
No, but I know it.
Okay. First of all,
The music, it was
sounds
just
so good.
Like
So
when I
good.
saw that, like it just brought me back to the songs of the
Yeah.
music. So the songs of the movie.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Chris Brown wasn't alive enough for Stomp the Yard to be better, so that's fucking one. Next, The Notebook versus A Walk to Remember. What do you think won?
I didn't watch either one, so I didn't vote.
The Notebook won, and I think that's rude. First of all, Mandy Moore did phenomenal,
And A Walk to Remember.
So I raise my... Oh, sorry, y'all. Sorry.
She's alright.
Never
She
mind.
just needs a little water, but it's okay.
Right, sorry.
Let's do it again.
So I raise
There you go.
my hands up high.
Wow.
And I lift my hands and pray.
You know what I would say to
be
that?
only yours. Sound like Fergie and
You
Jesus.
sound like Fergie and Jesus.
There
A
you
beautiful
go.
thing.
Yeah, that's my movie. That movie was so sad and heartfelt. Like, it was such a good movie. What was the other ones on here? Superbad, Step Brothers. I feel like there's one that got.
There is one more. It was Bring It On and Mean Girls.
Bring It On and Mean Girls. Who do you think won?
I chose Bring It On.
I chose Bring It On too. Go Toros, go Toros, go Toros, go Clovers, go Clovers, go Clovers. Yeah, so
that's it.
Yeah, Bring It On definitely is better. That's all right. That's okay. You're gonna pump our gas someday.
It was so good. Like even the competition scenes and all that. Like it was so good.
It was such a good movie. I love Bring It On and all of the corny spin-offs that they did after that.
So I did cheerleading for 1 year and it was forced by my mom because
I'm
too shy.
For elementary through middle school.
Jeez, I was too shy. I didn't like screaming my name. Like, you know how you have to introduce yourself.
Yes.
I hated that so much.
My name is Brittany.
Yeah.
And I'm a bad bitch.
I hated it. I was like, I couldn't be loud enough. It just wasn't it for me. But when Bring It On came out, I think I might have had there was a game or something. So I was already in uniform and I went to watch Bring It On in uniform. And now I'm thinking in hindsight, that's so cringy. But I was 9, so maybe not so much.
I loved cheerleading. I enjoyed it.
But you would have gone with your uniform to the movie theater?
No. Depending on the type of... Depending... If I did it at that level, who knows? Like, I feel like when you're at like a university or a college, like they take that shit like to like heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. I love that one.
I feel like there was one more.
Poetic Justice versus Love and Basketball. Love and Basketball one.
Yeah,
I voted Poetic Justice because 2 of my favorites are Janet Jackson and Tupac, and they just look so beautiful. And I just love watching them gaze in each other's eyes the entire movie.
Okay.
And then the last one I did was the Fridays was to see out of
which
all
one
which is everyone's favorite Friday. Of course, everyone voted the original, but
I watched the original though.
The third one came in like pretty kind of close. It wasn't like that far off, and like maybe 2 people voted for next Friday. But I personally think that Mike Epps brought way more comedy than Chris Rock did. I think that the first one, like people live on shit because it's a classic. It was a classic. Gotcha. However, this shit was fucking hysterical. Mike Vivo Lottie got more head than he got body. Like he is fucking hysterical. Even when it was like, he was like, Daddy, what do I look like? Dun, 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 dun. He's like a goddamn snitch. You look like you about to go tell on somebody right now. Like, I love Friday After Next. It was such a good, and he was like, don't be sorry, ho. Be careful. You use your eyes. They ain't just supposed to be hazel. You're supposed to use them things. Like, it's so many good shit. There was so much, that shit was so loaded Friday After Next. The budget was bigger, you could tell on that movie. Like, he was able to get so many good characters. You had Mike Epps, the Who, Cat Williams. There was it was so many people, so many good actors in that movie. I love Friday After Next. That is definitely my personal favorite Friday. And with that being said, I said what I said. So don't sit up here and question me about which Friday is my favorite. Okay.
Wait, did you record those sounds on there?
I could record it from here. So from the Bluetooth.
I was like, I'm sure that did not come with it.
No, I've been playing with this shit for days. This is honestly the best machine you can have for podcasting. It was very costly, but thank you, Big Papa. I love you always and appreciate you because
you gotta get a sound for that. Which one?
I'm so excited. I was so excited about this new machine. And Zuli, thank you for coming today. I know it was rough for you to bring your ass down here.
We did it.
But we got that shit done. We sound fucking sensational. And yo, it made me feel so good from people telling me, like, other people telling me, like, yo, so-and-so was talking about your podcast. And this is it there. And then, I wanted to tell you, girl.
Tell me.
So I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast, right? And they were talking about that whole thing that remember the thing I sent you about the YouTubers and all that stuff like that. So they was talking about that on their podcast. And they were like, so what does that mean for content creators? They're like, so say if there's like, remember how I was talking to the one guy who works on who's on the podcast. So he's going off talking about, what if there's a podcast with like these 2 girls that are super fine, articulate, and this and that. And I said,
you do you listen to us? Because we out there.
You talking about us.
You talking about us.
He was talking about it. And even Kashif was like, he definitely was talking about your podcast. Like,
he was talking about us.
He was talking about us. His name is Ish, but he was definitely talking about us.
What's the podcast called?
Joe Budden podcast, y'all.
What's the other one that you listen to? The Drink Champs.
Drink Champs, yeah.
Okay.
Noriega.
Okay.
But he was definitely talking about us. So shout out to y'all, even if it was a sub. Thank you, because we on the radar, baby. We on the radar, baby. And I love and appreciate all the love. We just want to tell y'all, please, please, please like, subscribe, share this shit, tell a friend, play this a million times. You know, you just gotta play sometimes. Play this many times, just play it. You know what I mean? So. Like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, all that good shit. We love and appreciate. Leave some comments. We love leaving your comments. Leave a review on the Apple Podcasts and stuff, and all that good shit.
And if you're not following the Instagram,
it's at 2 Cents Later Podcast.
That's how you participate in the
participate. Follow me at @beautiful_B and Zuleyma 2.0.
Yeah.
And, you know, just tap in with us. We love and appreciate y'all. I hope y'all love this audio, baby, because it is. I'm just so happy. It's feeling
what's the
good.
word? What's the word?
What?
What's the word?
We're doing sensational. Welcome to WBLS. This is Brittany speaking, and we are out. This is 2 Cents Later. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Zuleyma.
Bye.
It's the cream of the crop. I got green, I got drop. Swear I only fucked the once, but she fiendin' a lot. The return of Machiavelli, like I'm speaking the pot. The return of Machiavelli, like I'm speaking the pot.